As a big 911 fan, I always thought the 928 was meant to replace the 911. However, I never really fully understood Porsche's vision for it. The more I started researching the model, the more surprised I became by what the 928 actually represented. It wasn't just another sports car. Porsche designed it in a completely different direction for the company. A front-engined V8 Grand Tour that was fast, comfortable, futuristic, and incredibly advanced for its time. It even won European Car of the Year in 1978, which almost never happened for a sports car. So we ended up going to see Johannes again. He's basically a walking encyclopedia when it comes to these cars. Hearing him explain the engineering, the history, and his vision for this project completely changed the way I looked at this car.
I've always been a great fan of the 928 program because it's actually one of the very few cars in the history that was really started on a white sheet of paper. You know, neither they had any carryover part from the 911 nor from any other car they ever made. So new engine, new body, new design, new people actually. Knew everything, and that's what you got. I mean, it's just brilliant. You know, when I bought it, the fourth gear, I think it just jumped out. You couldn't take your hand from the gear stick because otherwise the gear would just not hold its position. So that's a clear indication of either the gearbox itself having some sort of damage, like for instance the synchron rings, the dog tooth. Well, that's some nerd knowledge about
no,
specific Porsche design of gearboxes, the dog teeth. It could as well mean that the engine mounts are worn out, because that makes the whole drive system very shaky and wobbly in the car, and it might just happen that it's shaking out the gear, but that, you know, I hoped that being the reason, because it's a rather easy fix compared to getting the gearbox out, disassembling it down to every screw and bolt, and building it together again. But you know, and at the end of the day, it turned out that the gearbox is the problem, and I did that with the great help of a friend of mine, Tino from Berlin, who is like the
Pope of Porsches.
The Pope of 928 Porsches. And with his helping hand, I was able to disassemble the gearbox and get it together again, and now it's fine. I'm very happy with my performance on the gearbox, because gears are switching now like
butter,
like perfect. In order to get the gearbox out, you have to first remove the rear axle.
It's on the rear, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And that means, you know, when I restore cars and I go to some place and I have to remove some parts to get there, the parts that I removed are also restored. I don't take worn out parts and put them in again. I always restore everything that I have in my hands. And so I also restored the rear axle. It got ice blasted, zinc plated. All the aluminum parts were media blasted. From below, it looks like a new car, actually. And so I did with the front axle, because in order to get to the engine mounts, you have to first remove the front axle. So that's in new car shape now as well.
Yeah, when I see it, it's just like, wow, it's just everything is so precisely put in together.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the entire package is, you know, there's not space for a cigarette in there. Not an easy car to work on. It's complex. There's not much space. No matter what you touch on the car, there's going to be some electrical wire somewhere close to where you're working. And touching it might already be more than it can take.
Yeah.
So whenever you repair something, as a next step, you have to repair the three things you have demolished while you were repairing the one thing. Yeah, that's just the way it is with those cars. We have the option whether we burn or be electrocuted or die of heat.
I've never seen anything like that.
No, me neither.
Is this car was having a few electrical problems. So if I keep looking at the camera, it's because I'm actually watching for smoke.
Weight distribution, which is supposed to be 50-50 for really great handling. And in order to achieve that, they did two things. First, they put the car close to the cabin. And second, they put the gear in the back. So it's a transaxle car. And actually, you can sense that pretty well when you push the car to its limits. So high cornering speeds, it stays totally neutral, no understeer, no oversteer, up to very high velocities.
As far as I know, like with the 928 was supposed to compete with the Mercedes SL, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's both Stuttgart companies, and so Porsche, they were looking for a more modern car that would be the backbone of their business. And the 911 back in the days, the concept went back to the 30s. They were clearly understanding that it's becoming an old car, an old design. So they were doing something entirely new engine, new concept, new body, new everything, new design. And they were looking for the right niche in the market to make money with. And that was no longer the pure-blooded sports car, but the rather comfortable, chitty, long-distance traveling car. And that's what the 928 is at the end of the day. So in a way, it's a 911 successor in terms of the car they used to make money with and the car they would like to make money with in the future. But it's certainly not the sports car like the 911 was. And from that point of view, I totally deny the idea of the 928 being the successor of the 911.
Wow. Obviously,
Yeah. Wow.
with Jeremy Clarkson, and I always remember that video where
Everybody does.
now I understand why. This is caught me off guard. Obviously, even before the video started, I was like, okay, the whole structure on this is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously V8.
Yes.
4.5 litres.
7 in that case.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
The original one had 4.5, and that's like the second generation, 4.7.
And this is because it's the 928S.
Correct. It's a 310 horsepower, 4.7 V8 of the 928. And it has the latest injection and ignition technology of the day, the Bosch LH Jetronic, already with an electronic controller to calculate the correct amount of fuel for a certain, load situation. It's just such a great joy to drive. It's unbelievable, It has a usable range of revs of like 5,500. So you can, in the fifth gear, at the end of a village, you're in fifth gear, you just push the pedal and it's going to, pull you away like on the rubber band. And at the same time, you can go back to second and rev it up to 6.5. And it's going to make some very beautiful noise. It's a poem of an engine, really.
It's honestly incredible. I mean, it's my first time seeing a 928 engine.
Yeah.
I've seen 911s, 944s, but it's built, as you were saying, this is for long distances. This isn't one, 911 you can, 911's 911.
Yeah. It's not a rough, noisy,
No,
badly educated sports car engine. It's a gentleman, it's the right engine for a gentleman car.
one thing I do want to talk about is I've seen on Reddit, especially Reddit and all the Porsche forums, one of the biggest problems the 928 has is the electronics.
Oh, yes.
What made it, like, I know that period with the electronics especially, it was kind of new for that time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get repairs for this, as far as it's expensive.
Yeah, that's a fact.
As mentioned earlier, my partner MG is a car paint specialist. Having them by my side allows me to look for cars that are truly worth preserving in their original factory paint, as much as possible anyway. For all sorts of blend-in jobs, they create custom paint to match each individual car. I just send them a sample part and they create a color match that's as close as humanly possible.
You know, it has all those like modern day car features like central locking, just to drop you an example, or the electric tailgate release and electric electric this and that and everything. But it doesn't have any like electronic controller unit for that. So there is a single cable from like one system to the next, and they all meet in one big board of fuses and relays, which is sized like pretty much like that and that. And if you look behind it, what you see is like cable spaghetti.
Really?
Really. I mean, if you look at it for the first time, you don't believe it's an original Porsche design, what you see. It looks like somebody dropped 20 kilos of cables in some box. That's the way it looks. You know, in today's cars, you got all those features as well, but there is like one bus, as we say, from one system to the next, to the next, to the next. And it communicates in an electronic manner. Well, that's what we call a bus, not with this one. There is a cable to each and every think of energy.
Yeah, like
that makes it so...
Like ports, different ports going in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes it so hard to maintain and to repair. If you look at the exterior, and I find this interior living up to the expectations. It's a good match to what you see from the outside. The one great thing that was absolutely ahead of its time is the total integration of all the interior parts into one coherent design. You know, the instrument cluster, which you can adjust in height and inclination. That line down there where actually the passenger is sort of integrated into the car with the dashboard and the door covers, defining one specific line rather than being two separate things that meet at some angle, you know. The air outlets in the door. It's just everything is so well designed, and you get the feeling that people really made up their minds more than with any other car of the time. And there's still some Porsche DNA with it. The orange needles, like with the 911, you know, the graphics of the instruments, the type of the numbers, you know. So, you know, you can immediately notice the Porsche. There have been made some attempts to locally repair it, but not very professional ones. I'm not happy with it. I'm going to redo that. And to me, it's a very new experience as well, because I have done a lot of paint repair, smart repair with non-metallic paint. I feel very comfortable with that. I wouldn't see any problem with it if it were just a simple red or black car or white car. White is very easy to handle, very easy to fix. But with the metallic paint, you know, which is always at least 2 layers, it's going to be really tough to get the paint back in shape. And well, and that's why you guys are working with me.